Welcome back to Arizona Home Tours. Today we're in Queen Creek looking at two beautiful homes from Shea Homes, and I think you're gonna love it because one, the location, the size and price, and also some of the incentives this builder is offering. I hope you love it, and I'll see you inside. So we're kicking this tour off with plan 4026. Now that's the sales office that will be turned into the garage, but I love the entrance here. Nice gate, little extra security. Now that someone can't just pop that open, but nice little depth from the street. If you've looked at any of the homes here in the valley, you'll notice some are just right up on the street. So as soon as you come on inside, you have a few different options. So here at this one, you go right to the right, and it is a nice flex room. So this home comes 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 3-car garage, a little over 3,000 square feet. And I've been out here before. This is always one of my favorite layouts out here. Now, we're at Ascent at Jorde Farms, and they have 4 different plans to choose from. This is plan 4026. And there's 3 different elevations: Spanish, Adobe Ranch, Contemporary Craftsman. And this one we're at right now starts at a base of $641,990. And they have a ton of incentives going on right now. And with those incentives, you have lower interest rates, better pricing, I think 40 grand off. So if you want to see what that final price will look like, just shoot me a message and I'll get that over to you. Here in my hand, I have a whole list of what's going on. But one of my favorite offerings is the 3-2-1 buy down. So that first year interest rate, 1.99%. Can't beat that. And then they have some other options where it's going to be the 30 year. So it depends on your situation. But just a great feature of buying inventory homes in today's market. That is where you're going to get the best deals. Nice shower, a little narrow though, to be honest. But this is just a nice feature here in the bathroom with one of your guest bedrooms. Just having really good space and your own bathroom. And I walked right by this closet right when we walked in. So what I would use this for, either my kids, daughter would definitely be fighting over who gets this room, or when family came to visit. They have their own little private space right here and their own bedroom. And we're gonna keep on making our way. So if we went that way, that will take you to the garage, but that is where the sales office is. So into your living room, kitchen, and dining. Now the lot size out here is right around 6,000 square feet. So not a massive lot, but still big enough where you have backyard space, also a pool. But this community, what I love about it is the location. Close to shops, it's in Queen Creek, but you're also, I live in Gilbert, and this was 10 minutes from my house. So if that is what you're looking for, great location. There's so much building and development out here, just a nice feature. And it's funny, earlier today I was just at the gym, a new gym in Queen Creek at EOS, and there's also a massive Fry's grocery store right there. And it's 4 or 5 minutes from this location. Into your pantry. They got to have the Pellegrino for the staging, of course. So if you're looking for cabinet, countertop space, storage, you're not going to run out of any room here. But you can get into this community for brand new home completed for a little under $600,000. Plenty of lighting here too. So obviously your home this is the model, so it's gonna look different than what yours is. But if you want the info on some of the specs, when I say specs, I mean the spec homes, the quick move-ins, let me know. I'll send that over to you. If there's something that kind of piques your interest, I can go out, shoot a video for you, show you what it actually looks like. So I'm gonna excuse the music here. We'll go outside in a moment. It's a nice, warm Arizona July day, but to be fair, even though it's hot here, it might be 108 today, it's been a pretty comfortable summer. Only a few days above 110. I know some people, when they hear that, like, that's nice. When you hear us say, oh, it's nice, it's only gonna be 100 today. 100 in Arizona is nice. And another playroom where everyone turned it into. Obviously, that's how they have it set up. Thinking for the kids, families, but You decorate this however you see fit. And every time I do a home tour, I'm always looking for myself. You know, I love my neighborhood, it's close to schools, parks, lakes, everything. But I'm always looking for myself. Would I move there? And I would move here for a lot of reasons. One, I like the price. I like the space of the homes, the neighborhood, but really, again, just that location. So you can see one of the main roads to get in, right there, Germain. And that can take you just where you need to go, down to Ellsworth. Pretty easy to get around here too if you're not from here. Everything's kind of set up like a grid. Into your bathroom, massive shower, same cabinetry we saw in the kitchen, nice under cabinet lighting, and a massive walk-in closet. We'll take a look at that shower here in a second, don't worry. Like that there's a window in here, a little extra light. And just, you know, a basic square, but plenty of room here. And I also like that they didn't put a tub in. I don't know about you, but I don't know the last time the tub in my primary bedroom was used. Who has time for a tub anymore? No, ladies, or I guess fellas too. If I'm wrong, let me know. Do you need a tub in your primary bathroom, or would you rather not? And then you have your linen closet right here. It's nice, it goes a little bit deeper. It didn't just, you know, you open the closet and the drawer shelving right there. So right across from the primary, we have another bedroom. Yeah, really good space. And I know I talk about the litmus test of no dresser, but this room, there's plenty of room for a dresser. So, well, I don't know if they want to call that a dresser. I also like these plantation shutters. Really nice, make it really easy to clean. That's most likely going to be an upgrade. But again, they're not doing any build from scratch homes right now. Everything is going to be a spec. So if you like this area, you like the pricing, just let me know and I'll go get a video for you of the homes that are completed, ready to go. Nice tiled shower, tub combo with the dark hardware, and it leads over to your next bedroom. Again, another good sized bedroom, which is great to see. Plenty of closet space. So if you're someone who maybe have a large family, your bedroom space matters. You know, some of these homes you go into, it's 4 bedrooms, but they're so small. It's just, hey, we're doing 4 bedrooms on a budget, which that's fine. You know, we all have that. But it's nice that these bedrooms are just a little bit larger. And then right over here is your laundry room. So you have some cabinetry above the laundry, but no sink in this unit, like it's an apartment. I was just talking to someone about an apartment, so I have that verbiage on my mind. And plenty more storage. So let's go downstairs, we'll go outside. Just for point of reference, there's a primary, there's an optional room, or flex room, bedroom, bathroom, bedroom. All right, let's go out back. Give you a good idea of what that lot size looks like. I'm not really going to talk much about the island, but it is nice to see just a big center island like that. And I love that the dining is off to the side. I gotta pick up the... All right, here we go. A day like today would definitely be a great pool day. This one has nice travertine tile, and I like it's a nice depth of covered area. So you can have a nice pool area, and still have a little bit of yard space. Now, yes, the yard is not a massive footprint. You know, it's a 6,000 square foot lot. So kind of pick and choose of what it is that you want. But let's go check out the next home and I'll see you over there. Next up is Plan 4022. Now, this model home is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, has a 2-car garage, and this one is a little under 2,200 square feet. At least it is a single-story home. Now, this one starts at the cheapest base price of $549,990 for the Spanish, and then the Hill Country starts at $559,990, and that's what floor plan / elevation this is. Now, if you want to buy this home, or at least this floor plan, they have quite a few available, but you can get this home completed for under $600,000. But let's go inside, check it out, and let me know what you think, especially comparing this to the first one we went through. So as soon as you walk in, I love the layout and I love just the entrance. And we're headed over there in here in a second, but just how it's welcoming and inviting right into your kitchen, dining, and living space. But right when you hook a left, you have a nice flex, game room, office space, whatever you want to use it for. And I love what they've done with the bookcase and the built-in lighting. Really makes this room stand out. And it's not a small footprint of a room either. And I'm going to show you the tile here real quick while we're looking. Kind of a unique entryway. I don't hate it, but what are your thoughts? Would you get tired of that? Or is it just a nice kind of a, different feature than the typical Arizona home that we see? Again, we have the plantation shutters right here in the hallway. Plenty of light in. And before we go into the kitchen, you have a nice half bath, under cabinet lighting, and a tiled wall. Linen closet right here. No need to open that. You all have seen a closet before. But just a nice wide footprint. Sometimes they're just so narrow. Beautiful island space. No pendant lighting, as they're not going to block the view for your dining and living area. But you still have plenty of lighting, if you can tell, throughout this home. And this one they went with the dark cabinetry with kind of a gray countertop and a nice deep stainless sink. And it goes really well with your other stainless appliances and a 5-burner gas cooktop, which really goes nicely with kind of your light colored tile backsplash. As we keep going through the kitchen, you're gonna have your garage there, which is locked, and into your laundry room. Now this is a good sized laundry room. I'm gonna go back here to the end so you can see you take in all the space. Plenty of cabinetry, top and bottom. And a utility sink here. And like I said, if you like this floor plan, they have some available for under $600,000. And here is your pantry. So a little bit smaller, but it's still nice you have a pantry space. And you have your microwave oven combo with more cabinet countertop space, and then with the bar right here at your island. And then coming across the room to your dining area and into the living room. Now the ceiling height and just the width of the room really makes it feel larger than it is. Like I said, this home is just under 2,200 square feet, but it doesn't feel small by any means. Before we keep going backwards, we're gonna turn around and go right into the primary bedroom. Now this is at the back of the home where your backyard is. One thing I would love it if there was a door right here to get you out back. There's not, but I'm just saying, I would like it. And like I said in the first video, the incentives out here are really great, especially with rates, being around the mid 6s, 7s. taking advantage of that 3-2-1 buy down. We have a cheaper rate the first year, it goes up a little bit the second year, and that third year through 30, it's still gonna be lower than what it is now. So you just gotta look at what matters most to you, how long you're gonna be here. Are you planning on paying them? Most people aren't, but if you're planning on paying the home off right away, within a few years, that would not be the best use of that money. And also, don't buy a home with the anticipation of rates are going to drop. You can afford it now, on this low rate, but that you're 3 to 30, you're not going to be able to. Do not buy the home. Guessing that rates are going to drop is not a good financial spot to be in. So buy the home you can afford with the worst possible rate that you'll have. Last thing you want to be is house poor. And homes here, like it or not, they have definitely gone up in price from what they were 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And everyone's talking about, oh, they're going to drop, they're going to drop. Well, they might drop a little bit, but it's not really enough to make a big enough dent. Homes are still selling, builders are still building. While it may not be how it was in 2020, 2021, that the benchmark has already been raised enough where prices aren't going to go back to what they were in 2019. Now, that'd be great to go from, or Gilbert, the average sales price this year, 700. In 2019, it was 330, 350. It's just not going to happen. But the good thing for buyers, if there is a good thing, with more inventory in the market than there was in 2020, 2021, a lot more sellers are open to giving concessions. And that's what we're seeing now with the builders, is offering, the incentives for you buyers to get the low rates. And yeah, they're still making money. They're not losing money, that's for sure. But it's better to have that than to have nothing. All right, let's go outside. I'm going to show you what this lot looks like in the backyard. And that'll wrap up today's tour. So you can come back out, you have a nice covered space again. Travertine tile out here. Now again, your home is going to look different. And I mean it when I say, if there is an available home, an inventory home that you want some questions answered, you want a video on, literally all you have to do is shoot me a message, give me a call, we'll talk about it, and I'll go get you a personal video of that property. So still plenty of usable space here. If any of these homes are your next home, let me know. If you have any questions, all my contact information is below. If you want to work together, you just have questions in general. What's it like to live in Arizona? What's the process for buying? Hey, is this builder good? What do you think about this one? What about this location? Again, I love working with people, especially my relocating clients. I relocated from Illinois, so I absolutely get it, and I absolutely love helping people make Arizona their home. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, and more importantly, watch that next tour. It's Rich Brecklin Group Broker. This is Arizona Home Tours.